Listen up, Detox Nation. The too male, too pale, too stale lady is finally in the hot water she deserves. We ain't just talking about a bad day at the office. We're talking about the slammer for up to 20 years. Letitia James thought she was the one holding the cards, but it turns out Michael Cohen, the very man she used as a weapon, has flipped the script. He's alleging coercion, and the Trump legal team just dropped a 25-page hammer to get the receipts. The trap is set, and Tishy is walking right into it.
Well, former Trump fixer turned critic Michael Cohen is now sharing new insights about his role in that case brought against then candidate Donald Trump. Cohen now claims that prosecutors in both the Manhattan DA's office and the state's attorney general's office coerced him into delivering testimony to secure convictions against his former boss. CB Cotton is live in New York with the latest on this version of Cohen's story.
Let's look at the evidence. Back in January, Michael Cohen posted on Substack that he felt pressured and, here's the key verb, coerced, to provide testimony that satisfied the government's desire to take down Trump.
Hi, CB.
Hey, Aisha, a different version indeed. So in this explosive Substack post, Michael Cohen suggested he's not trying to defend President Trump, but instead wants to shed light on how cases are built and what happens behind closed doors before a jury ever hears a word. And this morning, Aisha, President Trump appears to agree with Cohen's comments, writing on Truth Social in part, quote, "It was a setup from the beginning."
He says Letitia James and Alvin Bragg shared the same playbook, using their platforms to elevate their profiles by claiming they were the ones to stop the president. But now, the Trump legal team is demanding every single text, letter, and recording. If she coerced him to lying, we're looking at witness tampering and a complete collapse of the machine. You have to love the poetic irony here. Michael Cohen, the guy who worshiped Trump, then turned on him, is now the guy who might actually save him by exposing the rot in the New York AG's office. He claims they gave him no choice, put him away for life, or say what they wanted him to say. This is the definition of a rogue prosecutor. James didn't want the truth, she wanted a conviction at any cost. But when you play with fire, you eventually get burned.
That's why I will be honored when I walk into that courtroom on October 2nd. Well, my role is civil. But I will come back before you soon with a check for $250 million. And to let you know that he is no longer allowed to do business in the state of New York. Yeah, we've got a special charge to show up and stand up for one another.
And Cohen is holding the matches. Let's perform a political detox audit on the statutes. We're looking at witness tampering. That's 20 years. We're looking at obstruction of justice under 18 U.S.C. 1503. That's another 10 years. And let's not forget subordination of perjury. 5 years for persuading someone to lie under oath. If James shaped that testimony, she didn't just break the rules, she broke the law under color of authority. This is a deprivation of civil rights, and in the 2026 cycle, with Pam Bondi at the DOJ, Tishy has nowhere to hide.
Cohen, who served prison time for fraud and lying to Congress, also wrote that he initially cooperated in the cases, hoping it would reduce his own sentence and secure his early release from federal prison. We reached out to both the Manhattan DA's office and the New York Attorney General's office for their response to Cohen's comments.
So here's what Judge David Friedman said in concurrence. He said, quote, "What emerges from this court's vacating the $500 million disgorgement award, with which I concur, is the frustration of what appears to have been the Attorney General's true aim in bringing this action. Plainly, her ultimate goal was not, quote, market hygiene, as posited by Justice Moulton, but political hygiene, ending with the derailment of President Trump's political career and the destruction of his real estate business."
I've told you before, Letitia James is sloppy. This is the woman who allegedly put herself on her father's mortgage application and claimed to be his wife. If she's that messy with her personal finances, imagine how sloppy she was with her communications with Michael Cohen. She probably thought she was untouchable, but the paper trail doesn't have an expiration date. The Trump filing is asking for the research and recordings, and when those come out, it's game over for her law license and her freedom. Suffer with me as I walk you through the hen house to see the View, who's so in a rush to jail our President Trump that they're bumbling and cutting off each other by none other than Wayne's World's Joy Behar. If pay close attention, you'll see that Karen, aka Whoopi Goldberg, takes notice of the anxiety with a slight hand gesture so Behar won't lay a post-mature bird egg.
You also intend to prosecute him after he is out of office, correct?
Joy, again, our investigation currently is civil in nature. It is not criminal. In the event that we uncover any activity or conduct,
Yeah.
in the event that we uncover any conduct, oh yes,
But will you go ahead with
our
the civil suits?
Yes, our civil suit will continue, whether he's president or not. And so after January 20th at 12 o'clock, our investigation will continue, Joy.
There's no way a potential pardon for Trump or his 3 eldest kids would shield them from anything you're investigating. Am I right? That's what you just said, I
bombshell
believe.
is dropping. Look at what the lamestream media is doing. CNN, Bloomberg, and the New York Times are ganging up on Trump, trying to scare you with oil shocks and TDS 2.0. They want to talk about anything except the fact that their star prosecutor is facing a 20-year prison sentence. They're running headlines about Iran and the market, but the market is fine. They are desperate to keep the safety hold on the truth, but the political detox nation sees right through the smoke. Stop right there. If you're tired of rogue prosecutors using the legal system as a political hit squad, hit that subscribe button right now. We are the only channel doing the street-level audits that expose the 20-year prison trap Letitia James just walked into. Hit that notification bell. I'm hearing that y'all aren't getting notified because the machine is trying to suppress this coercion story. Drop a comment below, prison or disbarment. Let's keep the pressure on until the truth is the only thing left standing. Let's talk about color of law. Under 18 U.S.C. 242, if a prosecutor abuses their authority to violate someone's rights, they can face life in prison if severe harm results. James didn't just go after a man, she went after the democratic process by targeting a sitting president for political gain. She elevated her profile on the back of a coerced witness, and now that witness is blowing the whistle. This is the bombshell the elite enclave told you was a conspiracy theory. Well, the theory just became a 25-page legal reality. This is all happening in the context of the 2026 power struggle. We've got new leaders like Mark Mullen and Marco Rubio taking the stage, while the old guard like James and Bragg are being audited for their past sins. The frequency has shifted from the influence of politicians to the enforcers. Trump isn't playing defense anymore. He's playing for keeps. By demanding these communications, he's forcing James to either produce the evidence of her own corruption or face immediate charges of destroying documents. And check this out. Even Gene Simmons from KISS is sick of the Hollywood types like Ben Stiller and Mark Ruffalo weighing in on this. He told them to shut their pie holes and do their art because nobody cares what people in mansions think.
I know right now Ben Stiller is calling out the president saying he doesn't want him to use his movie clips for war propaganda.
You're a little man bitch.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of people are kind of, criticizing Trump like Hollywood right now, over this war thing. Is that fair?
Yeah, because everybody in the world should listen to what actors and comedians say because they're so qualified. Basically, shut the f*** up.
Wonderful. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Do your art and shut up. Nobody's interested in your opinions. That includes me, who I vote for, who I like. Who the f*** do you think you are? People in America work hard for their living and they don't want to be lectured to by people who live in mansions and drive Rolls Royces. It's time for everybody in the entertainment industry to shut their pie hole and just do your art. Nobody cares what you think. I don't.
Okay.
What will Mark Ruffalo, however the he pronounces his
Mark
name.
Ruffalo, yeah.
Ruffalo, Buffalo.
Ruffalo, Buffalo.
He's the worst human being in the world. If we're relying on this guy's morality for the most powerful country in the world, then we're all in a lot of trouble.
What does Mark think about politics? I don't care.
I don't care.
Hollywood is jealous because everyone is watching the political detox audits instead of their woke movies. They see the star system collapsing and AI taking over, so they lash out at Trump. But the real art is watching Letitia James try to explain away Michael Cohen's recordings. The bottom line is this: the New York machine is broken. They built a house of cards on the testimony of Michael Cohen, and now Cohen is the one pulling the bottom card. Whether it's witness tampering, subordination of perjury, or deprivation of rights, Letitia James is looking at a massive fallout. The feds are watching, the documents are being demanded, and the poetic irony is that the very man she used to try to take down Trump is the one who will put her in a jumpsuit. The 2024 and 2026 receipts are coming out, and they are glorious. James thought she could stonewall, but the judge is going to insist on that discovery. No more polite excuses, no more looking the other way. We're here to audit the rot until the system is finally detoxed. Stay woke to the facts, stay indignant, and keep your eyes on Michael Cohen's recordings, because that's where the 20-year sentence is written.
For more on Democrat political self-destruction, join me above by clicking on the links above. Hit that notification bell and select all for the next detoxation, and I'll see you there.
The Dems are panicking, and it's a beautiful sight to see.